Okay, tip and trick from a mom of many who has been on food assistance at one time in my life. Well, twice, because I was also on it as a kiddo. I'm making beef stew. And this is how you get stew meat when you buy it from the store, like this. Many times I see moms like having to buy massive amounts of meat to be able to feed everyone so everyone gets a bit. I'm here to tell you do not need to do that. Take this piece of meat, sorry for the gross hands, but I'm chopping meat, and chop it into tiny pieces, okay? You can get, from one piece of meat, you can get 6, 7, 8 pieces out of this. Make a little go a long way, make it stretch, so you're only buying 1 to 2 pounds instead of 5 pounds to feed your family. Cut it smaller. That's my tip. Okay, so we're taking meat this size. Okay, so instead, this is kind of gross anyway to me. And I'm a daughter of 2 butchers to have on your spoon when you're eating beef stew. Okay, this is just too big. Take it, chop it up, spread it out. Everybody will get some meat. Does everybody need a pound of beef in your family? No, they do not. Fill them up on potatoes, on carrots, vegetables. Let them eat the vegetables. Bulk your stew up with the vegetables. Bulk it up with rice if you need to. If money is tight and you've got to make it stretch a little, it goes a long way. There's other ways you can do it without breaking the bank, but these mass quantities of meat that I keep seeing people, who can afford that? I can't afford that. So stretch it out, chop it up, make it stretch. Sorry if I'm fogging you up, but here we have it. There's 1 Michigan sweet onion in here and our beef. Look how much beef there is. Like if you would have just put those big chunks in there, of course that's not going to go far. But I got enough meat in here. It's going to feed my family of 5 just fine. 6, family, 7, 8. You'll be okay with this. Like I said, fill it up with potatoes, carrots, rutabaga, barley if you have to. Throw some barley in there. Throw some fillers. Make the meat stretch. This is what costs you the money, especially if you get it from a cow and you buy your own cow. It adds up. Yeah, I got you set up on the little phone stand now. Now, don't be telling my husband because he doesn't think he likes radishes. But when you saute up radish, it tastes just like a potato, except it's peppery. So what I do is I finely chop these. You don't even see them. They just be on your spoon tasting wonderful. But the same thing with your vegetables. Like, chop it up. You get a little bit on your spoon. It's like flavor in every bite. Same with your carrots. Don't throw them in like this. Chop them up. Get a little on in every bite. Little goes a long way if you just spread out the vegetables, okay? And you can save money this way. This is like a want not, waste not method. Okay, I was asked, how much beef do I have in here? 1.5 pounds. It don't look like 1.5 pounds though, does it? Looks like way more than that if you could see. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to throw in now, hold on. I'm going to throw in some mushrooms. Okay. Throw in some mushrooms. Not a lot because my kids don't like it. Danny and Eric like it though, so I try to add in at least a good sized can of mushrooms. I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce to this. It still needs potatoes. I'm going to throw some Yukon Golds in this. Again, I'm going to chop them up and make them stretch. We're going to add some beef base, better than bouillon beef base to this. And yeah, like I said, if you got to feed a lot of kids, throw some barley or serve this over a little pile of rice. Okay, same with potatoes. Now, If I see anything on my potatoes that have any eyes, any blemishes, any rotten spots, I cut them out. I keep, because I'm using Yukon Gold, I keep the skin on because that's where the nutrition is, right? But you see? Oh, shoot. No, you do not see. See how I cube them up? This will make your stew thicker too, so you don't have to be cooking with flour and all that. Just let the potato and the starch thicken it up. Now, if you don't like them this small, potatoes are inexpensive enough. I cut off any eyes, anything like this. No, thank you. I don't want that in my mouth. I definitely don't want it in my babies. You can, sorry, as I was saying, you can leave them a little chunkier. You know, cut them in 3 and then third them, and they'll be a little bit thicker. But the idea here is to save money. You know, the grocery store, you don't get much for your money anymore. And so, you know, you work hard for your money. You want to make sure that you're feeding your family well, but also being very mindful of being a good steward of your home, of your pantry, of the meals that you cook. And if you are on food assistance, that's even more so, because you really have to be mindful of every dollar that you spend. They don't. So, you're only 1 minute, Mason. Mason's like, the recordings don't last long. So you want to make them a little thicker, make them a little thicker. Waste not, want not. Everyone, you know, it's, does everyone, you know, want a steak and would love a steak? Absolutely. Can everyone afford that? Absolutely not. So, you know, your goal is to make sure everyone is fed and is eating good, nutritious, hopefully homemade meals. And it's not a restaurant, right? And it's not a buffet where you get free, you know, refills until you're, you know, gluttonous and full. This is about just feeding your family well and also being a good steward of your pantry. I hope I got the kids involved now. All right, Mason, give that a stir. That's a good amount of potatoes. Potatoes are inexpensive. All right, go ahead and throw in. Now, I add in, what's in here already is home canned beef stock. Now I'm going to add in some onion stock because deliciousness. And then we'll add in another one as it slowly cooks if I see that it needs it. Salt, pepper, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. Worcestershire beef base. And I mean, you can add anything you want in it. I keep it simple because I cook for kids. So I don't complicate it. Just nice. I'm finally getting around to writing out all of my recipes in this leather-bound book that I had custom made for Mina. Beautiful. We had it done on Etsy. And it's not going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to keep writing and writing and writing until I have this entire book filled for her. But I started with the Sweet Baby Ray's because literally she can drink this. It's her favorite thing that I make. So anyway, I'm writing it all in my handwriting, and I'm writing her little personal love notes for each recipe. So anyway, let the adventure begin. And as I always say, the secret ingredient is always love.